The Cold War cast a long shadow over the 20th century, dividing the world into two armed camps. On one side stood the United States and its allies, champions of capitalism and democracy. On the other, the Soviet Union and its satellite states, promoting communism and a socialist world order. Newly independent Pakistan found itself caught in this global chess game. Its strategic location, bordering both the Soviet Union and newly communist China, made it a coveted prize for both sides. The United States, seeking to contain the spread of communism, saw Pakistan as a vital ally in South Asia. Pakistan, eager for military and economic assistance, readily joined the US-led alliances of SEATO and CENTO in the 1950s. These alliances, aimed at containing Soviet influence in Southeast Asia and the Middle East, solidified Pakistan's position as a key player in the Cold War. This alliance brought with it substantial military and economic aid, bolstering Pakistan's armed forces and fueling its economic development. However, this alliance also had unintended consequences, setting the stage for future conflicts and entanglements. The die was cast, and Pakistan was now a key player in the global struggle between superpowers. In 1979, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, igniting a decade-long conflict. Pakistan became a frontline state, a crucial conduit for American support to the Mujahideen. The CIA and Pakistan's ISI launched Operation Cyclone, funneling billions in arms and support. Pakistan became a sanctuary for millions of Afghan refugees, straining its resources. The flow of weapons sowed future instability, altering Pakistan's social fabric. The Soviet withdrawal from Afghanistan in 1989, partly attributed to the Mujahideen's fierce resistance fueled by US and Pakistani support, was initially hailed as a victory for the West. However, the aftermath of the war proved to be a double-edged sword for Pakistan. The country found itself awash in weapons, a consequence of the CIA's generous supply lines. These weapons, from AK-47S to Stinger missiles, seeped into the black market, ending up in the hands of various militant groups. This proliferation of weapons fueled instability and violence, both within Pakistan and in the region. Moreover, the war had radicalized a generation of young Pakistanis who had either fought in Afghanistan or been exposed to the increasingly hardline interpretations of Islam prevalent among the Mujahideen. This created fertile ground for the rise of extremist groups within Pakistan, groups that would later pose a direct threat to the country's internal security. The US, once a staunch ally, began to distance itself from Pakistan. With the Soviet threat gone, American aid dwindled, leaving Pakistan feeling abandoned and betrayed. This sense of abandonment, coupled with the growing internal security challenges, created a volatile mix that would have lasting repercussions. Section 4. A nuclear Pakistan in a post-Cold War world. The end of the Cold War brought new uncertainties for Pakistan. The country's strategic importance to the West diminished, while its rivalry with India, fueled by the unresolved Kashmir dispute, remained a source of tension. In this climate of uncertainty, Pakistan embarked on a path to develop its nuclear capabilities. The 1998 nuclear tests, conducted in response to India's own tests, marked a turning point. Pakistan had become a nuclear power, a development that altered the regional balance of power and raised alarm bells globally. This achievement brought with it international condemnation and sanctions. Pakistan found itself increasingly isolated, perceived as a rogue state by many in the West. The country's economy, already struggling, faced further strain under the weight of sanctions. The post-Cold War world proved to be a challenging time for Pakistan. The old certainties were gone, replaced by new threats and a sense of isolation. Yet Pakistan continued to assert its position on the world stage, seeking to balance its relationships with the West, China, and its volatile neighborhood. Section 5. Shifting Sands Pakistan in the 21st century. The attacks of September 11, 2001 thrust Pakistan into the global spotlight. Pakistan's strategic location made it a crucial, albeit uneasy, ally in the fight against al-Qaeda. The US resumed military and economic aid, but mistrust remained. Despite challenges, Pakistan has made strides in recent years. Democracy has taken root, albeit fragile at times. Economic growth and a burgeoning middle class are evident. The fight against extremism and balancing relations with India continue. Pakistan will continue to play a pivotal role in the region and beyond.